Hello, my name is Nagsaya Purvats. Today my topic is about nature of the demand. The nature of the demand is something which is used to determine the ability of a partner. The definition of the nature of the demand, it depends on the willingness and able of a person to demand a specific product and examine the specific period of a time. The time period must be specific because various factors that change over time can affect the demand for the product. The demand versus quality of the product. The demand is the amount of goods or a service that a consumer is willing to able to buy for various prices during a time period, and the quantity of demand is the amount of goods or a service that a consumer is willing to able to buy at a particular price in a given time period. In RCS demand, we can see that the demand curve decreases as the quantity increases. To create a demand schedule, we can see that we can apply different interaction and prices, and the demand is a simple tabular form, and a demand curve is used to plot. While looking at the demand curves, we can see that the curves are usually downward reflecting, and the quantity that the consumers will buy at the lower prices. In other words, generally the cheaper something is, the more the people will buy it, and it is known as the law of demand. Generally, the cheaper something is, the more the people will buy it. That is the law of demand. The demand curves can show at a glance the rate of the change of price. If the demand curve appears to be straight, it means that the change of the prices in the same change is the quantity of the demand. Others may reflect change in the quantity demanded at some prices or other. There are different the principle of main variable affecting demand. There is an inverse or an opposite relationship between price and the quantity demanded. The law of demand states that the increase in goods price is the cause of the decrease in the quantity demanded, and the decrease in the price causing an increase in the quantity demanded. There are three economic concepts help explains the inverse relationship between price and the demand, quantity of demand. This is the law of demand: the income effect, substitution effect, and the diminution and margin utility. In the income effect, the amount of money or an income that a person can be available to spend a good is called the purchasing power. And consumer purchasing power increases, his demand increases for the goods and services. A decreases in consumer purchasing power decreases demand. Any increase or a decrease in a consumer purchasing power caused by a change in price is called the income effect. Sometimes this income effect does not apply. Substitution method. This is the tendency of the consumers to substitute a similar or lower priced product for another product which is relatively more expensive. This effect explains the relationship between the price and the quantity demanded. Many families opting to buy more chicken as opposed to beef prices and etc. Sometimes, like income effect, the substitution effect does not apply to. In diminishing margin utility, that utility describes the usefulness of a product or the amount of satisfaction that an individual receives from the consumption. A product overall utility increases as more units of a product are consumed. However, as more the units of the products are consumed, the satisfaction and received from the consuming each additional unit declines. This is called the diminishing marginal effect utility, because the marginal or the additional utility of each unit consumed diminishes with each additional unit. Total utility, it is the amount of satisfaction a consumer obtains through consuming a certain number of units of a certain good. The marginal utility is the additional satisfaction per unit of a certain good. The diminishing margining effect helps explain why the demand of a product is not limitless, and at some point the consumer cannot use any more of the product. Thank you.